Say no to premarital sex, bro. There is something about waiting until marriage that you can never describe that feeling anywhere to anyone. And I think nowadays, bro, we've gotten so accustomed to this whole new dating culture, right? And it really drives me on my last nerve, bro, because it's like they always say, "Oh, you're cooked. You can't get married nowadays. The divorce rates are so high. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You can't trust none of these girls. Oh, they're always out there on the streets. You can't trust none of these dudes. They're hoes, man. They're doing all their job outside." For the most part, it's true. I mean, the numbers back up the fact that divorce rates are pretty high. You know, I mean, I have had many people that I've known that have dealt with these people that are always out there throwing themselves to anyone and everything that moves. But that doesn't mean that you have to do the same thing. Are you gonna stoop down to their level? And I know a lot of people have, had sex before marriage. And I'm not trying to throw shade at you, but I'm saying to those who feel pressured that they need to have that experience before they get married, relax, bro. Calm down. You don't need to. And I'm gonna explain it from my point of view, right? I feel like for the longest time, as long as I could remember, man, I've always been clowned on by people, specifically, like, I guess you would say my non-Muslim friends, that I never really engaged in sexual relations with the other gender and stuff like that, right? Because on the outside looking in, it looks like, oh, I just don't know how to talk to girls. So because of that, I'm making excuses. Oh yeah, man, I don't really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to wait until marriage. Blah blah blah. That's the excuse. When genuinely, that is how I go about my life. Like, I feel like I talk to women regularly. It's not a hard thing to do. Now, I don't talk to them flirtatiously, of course, because in Islam it's haram to do that, especially if it's not your wife. So I don't do that, but I'm able to talk to them with ease, right? The problem is people find it necessary that you need a crack, and it's like, bro, gang, come on, bro. Like, this, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? I might sound like some dude that's bitter, but I'm not even bitter. Like, I genuinely don't care. Like, well, just let me do me. That's really what I'm getting at. I'm mad that people don't let me do me, bro. They want to call me anything under the roof. This low-key leads into another topic that I'm going to make a video down the line on about masturbation too. Because I feel like the main reason why a lot of guys masturbate, and of course women do that too, but they do it because they just seem to not have the ability to talk to a real woman in front of their face and do anything beyond, talking. You know what I'm saying? So what they do, their coping mechanism, is to just jerk off. And that is not good at all. That's another thing that is haram in Islam, right? And honestly, it's for a very good reason. Science backs up how when you masturbate, your testosterone levels go down a lot. And you don't replenish them for at least a week since you last ejaculated. And because of that, you're not really a man, yo. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing it to a screen, but that's nor here nor there. That's a topic for another day. My main point here is wait until marriage, because there's something special, there's something valuable about only having sex with one person in your life, and that happens to be your partner, and when you go out willy-nilly to all these different girls and vice versa, you're a girl and you go out to all these different guys just giving yourself out there, like, do you not feel less of a person every time you do it? Like, that's a genuine question I have for you guys, because I don't know. I haven't experienced it, and I'm proud to say that. I just really want to know, like, do you not feel like afterwards, like, I feel like I've heard people feel so vindicated about the bodies they have. Man, I have hella bodies. But then when you ask them if they want a girl with the same amount of bodies as them, they're going to be like, oh, no, yeah, nah, she's for the streets. Bro, is that not the same thing for you? Like, I'm just keeping it a buck, gang. So it's like, yo, gang, I think it's very important to protect your peace, and your energy, right? I'm not a believer in the whole spirits and stuff like that, but I do believe there is something in the water when it comes down to really locking in on your semen retention, locking in on focusing on yourself, and really just waiting, not to find the one. Obviously, everybody wants to be like, oh, you can't find the one anymore, but just focus on building something for yourself, learn how to not always be focused on the girls, man, not always focused on cracking and all of that, and just focus on actually building something that sustains you for the rest of your life. Because let's keep it a buck, more success you have in this world, bro, the more girls are gonna flock over. It's just natural. That's what people always gear towards the shiny object. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that love is real or fake, that's a whole different story. Most of the time, it's probably not gonna be real. But if your goal is to just have that one night stand or whatever, then bro, do your thing, lock in on yourself, and get to that point of success where it's gonna come naturally and you're good. But nah, people wanna just do it all willy nilly now when they have nothing to their name. For what reason? You're just wasting absolute time, bro. While other people that are really focused on themselves and their grind are gonna completely eclipse you, and you're just gonna say, "What, bro? What do you have to offer?" Man, it's very passionate. But on a serious note, though, it's like, bro, focus on yourself, gang. And I'm not saying like I'm like on a higher level than people that have had sex before marriage. Of course not. I am very much on the ground, bro. I try my best to have no ego. Of course, everybody has an ego. I will not say that I don't have an ego, but I try my best to limit my ego. Because, like, at the end of the day, we were all made out of mud and clay, and, like, we're going to die alone in our graves, right? And all we have is to wait for is the day of judgment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not beneath or above anybody else. I think we're all on the same playing field. You know? I just really want the best for you. Why? Because I feel like there's so much potential that we have, you know, to really get out of the rut that we're in as a generation. You know, I feel like I've seen so many people talking about how the dating market is cooked, how everybody's just moving online nowadays using Tinder, Hinge, and all these different apps. I don't know. I never used them joints, but it's like, you know, what happened to just having meaningful conversations with people and genuinely just having people like good friends, you know, being good friends and nothing more, nothing less. I feel like every time I'm around guys, the first thing they always want to talk about is the girls, man, and they're not trying to talk about them in any platonic way, shape, or form. It's something more deeper. But if you say stuff like this, they're gonna call you gay. And it's like, gang, you can't win. You genuinely cannot win. So it's like I just had to keep my thoughts to myself and isolate myself. And then that's like, damn, bro, I'm always alone all the time now. Like I would like to have some social interaction with people that doesn't have to do with having to talk about girls. But if it's not gonna be like that, then what can I do? You gotta find the right people to surround yourself with that really elevate you, elevate your status, you know, and help you become a better person and a better man. One last piece of advice for somebody that really struggles with, you know, waiting until marriage and maybe even masturbating and everything. Whenever you have those urges, I just say stuff yourself with stuff to do, man. Like, keep yourself busy. You really got to keep yourself busy to not even think about those things, man. Because once you do that, bro, it just gets easier and easier as days go on. Go on walks, work out, work on your projects, work on your craft, whatever you're chasing after, whether you try to be an athlete, professional athlete, a content creator, an artist, a musician, whatever you're trying to be, an engineer, a software engineer, a developer, a cybersecurity analyst. I'm saying things that are specific to me. But point is, focus on things that you want to do for your life and stuff your days with things to do so that by the time nighttime hits and you're just tired, you go straight to sleep, and the next day it comes and you repeat doing what you love doing. And that will easily get you away from all the distractions, because at the end of the day, this life is nothing but a test, and we're all sinners. So all you can do is do your best, pray and repent, and try your best not to do it again. That's all you can do, honestly. And once again, I'm not throwing hate at nobody. I just want what's best for me and what's best for you. So I appreciate you for watching this video. Make sure to drop a subscription, you know, a like. I really had a heartfelt comment the other day on my last video about how my content is so good, and they were asking why I had so little subscribers. And honestly, that made my heart feel good, because it made me know that I'm doing something right. The numbers are always hard to ignore. You know, when you put a lot of time into these things like that and you really want to, you know, make a name for yourself and build a brand, something bigger than just lucky, you know, it definitely hurts when the numbers don't reciprocate that same energy. But when you get somebody, a stranger, just telling you that your videos are good and that they should do way better, it means a lot. So Hey man, if you want to support the grind, not the grind, if you want to support the cause and support the mission, I just speak my mind on a weekly basis, at least on YouTube. On Instagram and TikTok, I speak on a daily basis. But I just speak my mind, what I see on the internet and what I see in life and my own experiences. And if you want to join me along for the journey and share your own experiences too in the comments, man, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I appreciate y'all for watching, man, every time. Peace to the Middle East, homies.